What if I never met you last May? What if I did? What if I didn't? What if we never got drunk that
When I was a
day?
kid and I learned how to make songs, when I heard songs on the radio, I thought it was one person doing all of that. So growing up, I started to try to produce and write all my songs, and it just, at first, kind of my entry into the music industry, I was working a lot with Mike Posner, and I was helping him with his album at the time, At Night and Alone, and it's just something I fell into. And through him, and through a class I took in college, I had learned that there was writers and producers and artists. Like, I didn't know that there was a difference for the longest time. So it's more something that I had fallen into, pursuing myself as being an artist, but I didn't know that that's what I was doing. So writing for others was I kind of accidentally fell into it. I remember I had a conversation with my friend in the car, getting off the 405 onto the 101 in Los Angeles, literally right at that turn, and he goes, "Do you want to be an artist? I never asked you that." And I said, "Yeah, I do. I've always wanted to." And it kind of hit me at that moment, because at the time I wasn't doing my own artist thing. But I always knew that that's what I wanted to do, because at that moment I was working on a film, and I was working on Mike's album. And that's when it kind of hit me, like, you know, if I'm going to do this artist thing, it's either now or I'm just going to keep on saying, yeah, I want to do that. Part of my story is I moved out to LA and I got involved with some really cool projects, and I got more money than I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't like crazy, but it let me survive in LA very comfortably for over a year. And now I'm back in the same boat. I'm super tight. My budget is so tight. And I'm kind of back to ground zero again as far as monetary wise. So you start to rethink these things, and then I start to question, okay, well, should I do commercial work or television music work or whatever like that to make the ends meet? But then I remind myself that, again, it's the process. If I'm putting hours and hours of something that's soul sucking and I don't enjoy it, but I need the money, I would rather, I know people disagree with me, but I would rather not do that and go make ends meet working at a coffee shop, so then I actually have time to think about and give space to myself and come home and struggle through that, but at least be working on music that I'm passionate about. Because what I've proven, and what you've proven, is that when you're really into it, you're pursuing it just because you like the guy and you love taking photos, that's when the fruit is born, is comes to life. Not, at least in my experience, not when I'm just like, oh, I hate this thing. Okay, you get a $2,000 check in the mail, and now you're in a cycle of hating what you're doing just to make ends meet. So I find myself back at ground zero, thinking about, you know, once I was very comfortable financially, now I'm not. It makes you check yourself. Now I remind myself that the whole point of me making this music and writing it, this sounds cheesy, right? Because I would love an article in Rolling Stone. I would love a top 10 song. You know, I would love all of these things. So it's like, okay, you want to make moves to get there. But at the end of the day, it's all about the process. I'm going to write bajillion more songs. So if this song's really great, that's awesome. What's a nice house we can give this? What's a nice, wonderful home we can give this song? The best home we can give this song. If it's me, great. If it's someone else, great. But the whole point of me doing what I do, the whole reason I wake up is the process of what I do. It's the creating part. Once the thing's done, the manager or the label or whatever, then they take it from there. And however good it does is, you know, wonderful or not so whatever. That's all the secondary. You have to write a bunch of them to find the good ones. So if you get one good one, it's a sign you're on the right path, but you're going to have to write many more. So now I always remind myself when I feel that feeling sneak up of like, oh, this is really good. That's great, but I'm going to write a bunch more. So let's not be too serious with this one. Obviously, cover your ass, and you don't want to like just give it away for $100 when it's a fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Be smart about it, but know that the funnest part, the most beautiful part about the whole thing is that when you're in that thing, when you're making something and you have those aha moments, when you have that when you're in the songs, when you're writing session or you're on your own or whenever you're coming up with these ideas and something clicks, that moment beats any of the short-lived moments of you're on the viral charts. Very exciting, but it's very fleeting. When you have those moments of creativity, those can always happen again. You just have to keep doing it. So you're guaranteed the creative excitement of the process. You're guaranteed that because it's just part of the thing. You're not guaranteed the financial success. You're not guaranteed the, I have a huge record deal success. You're not guaranteed those things, but you are guaranteed the process. So I always remind myself that.
You're enough to believe